I want to talk for just a couple of minutes about kind of pointless watches in your collection, like watches you are probably never going to reach for because you have these other watches. So, for example, the Citizen, the Super Titanium, small seconds, great looking watch by any means, right here. It's comfortable, it's super light, and it looks great. It's a great looking watch. But I am never going to reach for that watch when I have this one in a box next to it. I don't know about you guys, but I'm never wearing this over this. It's just never going to happen. So how many of you out there have bought a bunch of these watches that are, you know, $300, $400, $500, $600, $1,000? When you have watches like this in your collection, and then these, I don't want to call them cheaper watches, but that's what they are. They are cheaper watches. They just end up taking up space in your box or in your house somewhere, but you never actually wear them because, again, you have the other one. So, you know, you ask anyone, would you wear this Citizen or this Rolex? Everyone's picking the Rolex. I don't care who you are. If you tell me you'd rather have the Citizen, you're just trying to prove some kind of point. But no one is out there saying genuinely, I would rather have this Citizen right here over this Rolex OP. It's never happened. Now, on the Rolex OP, some will call this, and it is an entry watch into the Rolex world. I think right now, if you can get one from the AD, they're $6,800, which is still a lot of money for most people for a wristwatch. That's a lot of money for something that just sits on your wrist. The wait times, I think, on these are still crazy. I think I got kind of lucky with my AD. It only took me about 3 months to get mine once I put my name down. And I got this one about 2 years ago. I don't know how it came so fast because she told me that people have been waiting for 2 years for a green OP. So whatever that means, I'm just happy I got one. I paid for it. I think, like I said, it came out to $6,800 because the price on mine was $6,500, and with taxes and everything was like $68. But the nice thing about these, and you know, people say, oh, don't buy a watch for investment or whatever, but when you can get these from an AD at retail price, it is kind of an investment because I can turn around today and make $2,000, $3,000 on it if I needed to. So it is a nice thing to have in your box. Unlike, you know, you buy a Tudor or you buy an Omega, if you buy those brand new, the second you walk out of that AD, you've lost, you know, 10, 15% on that watch. And that's just the game. But in any case, I'm curious how you guys are. If you have, you know, if you bought these, again, well, cheaper watches, or watches that cost less, and you have nicer watches in your collection, do your cheaper watches just spend a bunch of time sitting there looking at you going, hey, are you ever going to pick me up and put me on? My answer is very rarely or probably never. And I always say I wear my watches everywhere. I make these videos on my way to the gym in my car because I just like to conversate. This today is my gym watch. I wear my watches everywhere. I don't need a Fitbit. I don't need an Apple Watch. I don't need to count my steps. I don't need to know my heartbeat. I went, you know, 20 plus years before any of that stuff was invented, and I was just fine without knowing how many steps I took today or what my heart rate was every 5 minutes. You know, I don't think anyone needs to know that.